Yo, this movie was amazing. Cue intro. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and as promised, Sam has returned to the channel. Welcome.
Sam is awake.
Tonight, we're going to be talking about the newest movie, DC League of Super Pets, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Kevin Hart, primarily, but there's a whole lot of other celebrities in here. Because they're the names that's marketed on all the trailers and posters and everything. But the voice cast in this movie is amazing. We'll get to that in a little bit. But before we touch this review, we'll remind you guys to go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you check out all of our previous reviews out here. We got some new things coming up on the channel very, very soon. So definitely keep a lookout for that. We'll start some new ventures, going to just up our content. You know how we do. You know, I've been talking about this for weeks, so I'm excited about that. Sam, you got anything for the peoples?
Yeah, so Bubble, it is on Netflix. Check that out. That will be the next anime review. It is a movie, so you should be able to get in like an hour 45. Check that out. That'll be the next review. And then I'm going back into my series reviews. So not sure which one I'm gonna do. I started one today, but you know how that is. I'm like in the first 2 episodes, so it's like, you know, I got to feel it out. Maybe episode 5, I'll start back over. Like, oh shit, what happened? You know. But yeah, so yeah, Bubble. Go ahead and watch it. Check it out on Netflix.
All right, you guys heard it here first. Check BrickWall Anime is back, so be checking to the channel. Best way to know that is to subscribe and turn your notification bell on, and just follow us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Instagram. Thank you guys for sticking around. I've been neglectful, but I'm back. Okay, I'm back. So anyway, so DC League of Super Pets. This movie was just released on Friday, last Friday, July 29th. Like I said before, it follows the pet dog of Superman, whose name is Crypto, who's played by Dwayne Johnson, as well as Ace, the Bat Hound, played by Kevin Hart. Then you have,
what they called him, the Bat Hound?
Yes, and I'll get into my little gripe with that, because
I'm so mad that I'm glad I didn't know that.
This movie has an all-star cast who I think all do pretty well. You have Vanessa Bayer, Natasha Lyonne, Diego Luna, Thomas Middleditch, Keanu Reeves as Batman, Mark Maron as Lex Luthor, Olivia Wilde, Jamila Jamil, Jermaine Clement, John Early, David Diggs, Keith David. Come on, the list goes on and on and on. John Krasinski as Superman, who he's been Mr. Fantastic. Now he's Superman. That's so cool this year. So it's a big cast, like Sam just said, really big cast. And but the cast does not overshadow this film. And at first, I was a little iffy. I'll say my first impressions of this film is that initially I was really iffy about this. Just because when I first saw trailers, when I first learned information about this film, I was like, okay, Crypto the Super Dog, I'm familiar with him. Ace the Bat Hound, I'm familiar with him. I'm familiar with the Super Pets as they are in the comics and everything. But what kind of took me aback was just like the portrayal of the Bat Hound, right? Ace. I was like, yo, I just don't feel like what they're gonna do with this is gonna stay truthful to what I know of the interpretations that I've seen on TV and everything, right? The interpretations I grew up with, and then just knowing that, yeah, because Ace does not have powers in the comics, right? Ace does not have, as far as I'm concerned, from what I know,
so these
Ace doesn't have
comics.
Yeah, these are all like.
Tell me something new.
Yeah, these are all comic. This is like a comic book run, the League of Super Pets and everything. I think some of the animals were kind of switched out. I know Shazam usually has the squirrel. I'm not sure about Wonder Woman's animal. I know Flash's was the turtle. And yeah, and I was like, wow, so they all have powers. Not all of them have powers. The squirrel went with Green Lantern, which funny enough, there is a squirrel as a part of the Green Lantern Corps. So I was like, okay, it kind of balanced itself out a little bit. So they took a lot of liberties, but then of course in the comics there's so many different animals who belong to so many different heroes. The teams are switched out, so it's kind of a weird situation. So
I mean, I guess they just did their own interpretation of it.
Yeah, they did, and it worked.
I would also say that even with the superheroes, like it was balanced.
We'll get to talking about the heroes in a while. Like I said, I wanted to do this review a little bit different because this is a film that caught me completely off guard. And I've been telling people this for days, and I stand by what I say. This film caught me off guard because when you watch the trailers, for me, I was like, okay, I had a little back pain early in that day, so I took some little medicine, had me a little loopy. So I was like, I don't need to pay that much attention to this movie. Don't worry about it. Damn. So I was like, I need to make sure, I need to, I don't need to pay attention. This is going to be a pretty generic film. It's going to be, it's going to be by the numbers and everything like that. So I don't need to have so much focus. I thought I knew what this movie was going to be, right? I knew it was probably going to be a little surprises, but I thought I knew it was going to be. But I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised by miles because I could not have predicted anything that happened in this movie the way that it did.
Pleasantly showing off in the theaters.
Hey, y'all know me. Hey, y'all know me. Hey, y'all was in there when Spider-Man came out. Y'all was in there when Sonic came out. Y'all saw my Sonic review. Come on, y'all saw my reviews on these things like that. Sometimes I just can't believe what I'm watching.
It was really a good movie. I can't sit here and lie. Like from the beginning of it, we have the generic, of course, backstories or whatever the case may be. So expect that in the movie. Mm-hmm. And they tried to revamp, right? Comedically, I would say. Mm-hmm. Then we have the twists and the turns that was like, what?
Yeah.
No. All I'm gonna tell you is that the villain's a beast.
The villain
is a beast. A beast. like this is better than an Avengers movie to me. This is better than I was like, this for the kids?
Hey, listen, internet, y'all might try to kill us, but I don't know what movie y'all saw. I don't know which one y'all saw because I've been looking at reviews and feedback on the movie just to kind of gauge where the reception was at because I know it had a low opening this weekend. And I saw some passive comments passing by. I was like, let me see what a lot of people think about this. I see a lot of y'all kind of hating on this movie, like saying it's not that good, saying it's not that great. I honestly want to know why, but because the movie I saw was not an expected, generic, predictable film. How could you predict the villain? How could you predict all of that happening? Come on. How could you predict that third act, the climax? How could you predict that from watching the trailers? You couldn't. I couldn't. I would not have even dreamed of that. Like, are you kidding me? From this movie? Come on, y'all tripping. I don't know why. But anyway. Now, I had to say that because I'm trying to figure it out. And I talked to some people who saw it as well, and they share the same sentiment. This was a good movie, and it was unexpected. It was very, very funny. The action was good on par. Like Sam said, this stands up with an Avengers film. It surpasses an Avengers film.
It really does, especially like I said, the way the villain, mm-hmm. the villain alone, the villain alone stole the show. The villain alone stole the show. So it's like
that.
It's really hard not to say something about it without spoiling it. And
we can spoil it.
I don't want to spoil it because only because
it's such a surprise.
Not that, but because they still have the opportunity to see it.
True, it did just come out. Okay.
I mean, unless you want to spoil. I mean, I like spoilers.
I mean, all I want to say because I've seen a little. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I don't want to spoil it because it's a pleasant surprise though. Just in the way that the story flows with that type of reveal, with that particular character of the villain, just the way that the story flows with it, it's just like the villain isn't really so much connected to the other pets in the movie that get the powers. So their villain return kind of comes out not connected like they all were. They were all like friends, family, had a bond. They didn't have a bond with the villain.
Yes, you mean the pets?
Yeah, the pets did not have a bond. Not the way they had the bond amongst each other. They were just like, oh, you crazy.
No, listen. They all grew up in the pet store together.
Yeah, but they, they all grew up together, but they did like she was kind of like the outsider of the group, though. You get what I'm saying? Compared to how close they all
because they all thought she was crazy, but she is.
Oh, she was batshit crazy. She was wild.
Damn, you done told. You told.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
How did I tell?
You told.
Oh, I didn't.
He didn't say which one, so.
No, I didn't. And trust me, I can say all that, and you still won't really see the scale of which this villain goes through. Just absolutely diabolical.
This villain is what you wish Wanda would have did.
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie, this villain can hang with Homelander.
This the villain that you wish that what's his name, goddamn Thanos came in contact with.
Listen, I'm saying, if y'all was scared of Homelander, this could be Homelander pet for real. And Homelander be like, all right, come on, you gotta relax. You might need to relax. But it was, and so outside of the villain, though,
diabolical.
And the villain is I don't even want to say who plays the villain because then I'll give it away too. So, and I was surprised at the actress who did it though when I found out. What I
will say was that actress did awesome.
Oh, she did phenomenal. If you're watching this, you did phenomenal. God!
Like from the beginning, I'm not even gonna lie. From the beginning, with how she was doing her part, I was like.
You would just think it was.
But I was just not even knowing she was a villain. I was like, damn, that's a good actress. Like, right? She did that.
Right,
shit.
And then like even the reveal of that character being the villain was like it's such a bait and switch, which gives me a good segue into the baits and switches of this movie. This movie it goes to an extent where it gets so wild that it'll tease you with something that'll be wild, and it'll be like, yeah, we're gonna do it. Nah, we're not gonna do it.
I think they did it.
They did it a couple times, with certain characters, certain scenes that I can't talk about because spoilers, but it's certain parts where you're like, oh my God, are they really about to do that? Oh, and it's like they kind of stop right there, like, oh, you thought? Nah, we got class.
Now the fight scenes,
oh God, the fight scenes. This is a Justice League movie. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't see how people don't like this movie.
How is this a kids movie?
This is even
the characters were cursing.
Oh man! So I can talk about this. The character of the turtle, right? I believe the turtle's name. I'm gonna say it was Myrtle, but Myrtle Turtle kind of just.
Was it Myrtle?
Merton. It was Merton. I was close.
Oh my God, no! So
played by Natasha Lyonne.
So. I guess my speculations are correct because the turtle name is Merton. That's a male name.
Yeah. Okay. I get what you're getting at. So,
but like I told you, like they were inclusive of everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this movie does have woke elements in there.
And then they did have their moment of the woke where they did show like the people. So if you are against that or whatever, and you don't want your child to watch, they do have a moment in there. And the thing about
I didn't even notice it.
The thing about it was so genuine. It was so genuine the way they did it. They just showed two people in love and said that's their fiancés. That was the moment.
And I didn't catch it. I didn't even catch it.
That was the moment. And so then when with the turtle, they had some other moments, and I'm like, But the way they did it, of course, somebody's gonna say, "Oh, they snuck that in there." Oh, no. What they did was not push it on anybody.
Right. It was so again, like I said, until Sam mentioned to me on the ride from the theater, I was like, "Oh wow, I didn't even notice that." Mm-hmm. I didn't notice it, so it was really cool.
It was, and then so because I was questioning, I'm like, "What is this turtle?" But like I said, I like the way that they interpreted, same sex and just different. I would say they mentioned same sex, and they also mentioned pretty much, the other communities. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the turtle was an expression of other communities, and the term, I'm not gonna say fiance is the term to characterize that or put it in there, but that's the term that they use to show two people in love or whatever the case may be. So you could have looked up fiance and would have shown, two people in love, two people deeply engaged. It's not saying a man and a man or a woman and a woman. So I appreciate that they did it. They still showed it, which was, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But they didn't say down your throat. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's elements like that, it's just real organic.
Because you have to be honest in this day and age, honestly. Because what's the whole point of hiding it from kids anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like, be honest. This is what it is now. Right.
So I mean, even outside of those things, though, like I said, just wrapping it back around to some of these action sequences in there. The introduction of the Justice League alone in this movie was just like such a fun sequence for me to watch. Just because you see the different heroes come in and they do their things, and even with the Green Lantern, who's a female Green Lantern in this, again, that was a cool moment there too. It was just a cool moment because the Green Lantern Corps, it's so many of the Green Lanterns, it's ridiculous. Like, come on. So, and just Wonder Woman coming in, Cyborg, you have Flash, Batman, Superman, and Batman, this Batman here, Aquaman. And it's funny what they do with the Justice League. Not only are they badasses with the action, but they pull no punches when they're going for the jokes. They clowned Aquaman really bad. They clowned who else did they clown bad? Or they got Cyborg real good.
Yeah, that was
and Batman, I mean, Keanu Reeves is Batman. Everything that came out of his mouth was funnier than the things that were in the Lego Batman movie, which was one of my favorite Batman movies from a comedic standpoint, because that was just hilarious. This right here was just like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, we're going to make it even funnier. So I love that aspect of it. Of course, Boy Scout Superman was just Boy Scout Superman. So, not too many jokes there, but great action from that end of the scale.
What I would have liked to see, though, was a little more action from Crypto.
Yeah,
I mean, just a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, for me, I don't see him. So if I'm there, as many people might be a first time person going to see the action, you want to see a little bit more, because by this time, this age, they are developed.
Right.
So I would have definitely liked to see. I know that they took his powers out, whatever, and I kind of get why they dimmed down Superman and Crypto, because they would have just beasted them. And it would have just been over.
Because most of the movie,
I would have still liked to see a little more from him.
Yeah, because most of the movie, Crypto, and this is mild spoiler, and it might even be in the trailers, but most of this movie, Crypto doesn't have his powers. So you're kind of really relying on the rest of the animals who gain their powers.
Just gained it like 3 seconds ago.
Yeah, like literally just gained their powers.
What?
To
Okay, time to stop.
Our executive producer is here trying to cut our checks.
Give her some juice. Give her some.
The magic. But yeah, so part of this part of the action.
Go, big girl. No.
Go on.
Go get juice, big girl. I'm coming. Go ahead. Go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so part of a lot of action relies on the pets and them having to learn their powers and get used to their powers and stuff like that.
Hey,
so
they were the quickest learning pets I've ever
seen. They
learned quicker than the damn humans.
They learned
how to do that shit like in 3 minutes. We gotta wait 5 years to see Wanda do this.
But so yeah, that was one of the things I liked about it. So and they spare no expense with the action sequences. Like once you get to a certain point in the movie, once I got to a certain point in the movie, Sam will tell you, I was sitting there like, yo, what in the world is this? Like, I'm like, I was just floored by all the things that were happening in this action sequence.
His mom was looking at him like this.
Because it was.
Me and her both looking at him like this.
Because to me, like I said, little not fully there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not expecting this. I was not expecting this. Like, I'm like, this movie is doing this with this. I'm like, I would have never. It was insane.
It was good because you really didn't expect that from a kids movie.
Wouldn't have expected it from this kids movie. From this kids movie in particular, just based off of the marketing alone.
I didn't watch the marketing.
I see the commercials on the TV all the time.
I'm not really a marketing watching person, you know that.
I see the commercials.
And for anybody
who
want to ask me, I have not watched Black Panthers. And I will watch it that one time I go to the theater, and that is it, and that is all. But yeah, that is it, and that is all. Don't ask the Sam watch because Sam
it's this movie. I mean, I can't say enough about how fun it was to just watch and see all these things unfold for the first time in this movie. It's just amazing. There's one fight sequence in particular involving, and you kind of see this character in the trailers. I'm not going to say which one it is, but there's a cute little cat.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the most vicious fight in the entire movie because it's vicious and surprising because that's an example of this movie going in. Okay, you think, okay, this is as insane as this movie's going to get. We're there. We're not going to get any more insane. And then it drops one on you. And you're just like, wait. I thought we were done raising the stakes here, but we just keep going and going and going. So that's one of the things that surprised me about it, So it's it's fun. This movie is definitely fun. I don't know, Sam. Do you have any? I don't know what else I could say except for this is a fun movie. You have anything else? You have anything else you could say about the movie? You're looking at the wrong one. That's what you're doing.
Oh, I'm like, yo.
Yeah, you got anything else
going on? You can continue.
No, okay. I was just checking.
I'll jump in.
But yeah, so on the let's get to talking about how this is performing so far. So on the $90 million budget so far, this has 41.4 million. It didn't open that strong. It didn't open that strong in the box office this weekend. Kind of started off at like 23 mil, which isn't a good performance compared to the other animated films that's come out. So it's off to a slow start here in the States, but I'm pretty sure that'll pick up as more word of mouth gets out about just how the positive about this film, because I do think that negative about this film, I'm sorry, everyone's entitled to. I'm trying to get a clear gauge on why people think, and I haven't watched it because I don't watch reviews before I do my review. I might skim and like listen to key points, but I don't watch full reviews before I do mine. So I like to keep my fresh thing, and it's even rare that I skim through a review, honestly, because I like to keep my fresh thoughts uncorrupted.
That's why I don't watch the reviews. That's why I watch.
But yeah, after this, I'm kind of going in. I want to understand, like honestly, want to understand what was it about this film
I'm trying to think
that people think is generic or bad or whatever the case may be. Like, what is it about this film that people are saying is bad? Because I didn't see it. I just did not. Even thinking back on the movie, I can't think of something that was just like generic or boring or by the numbers.
Was the
like,
villain generic?
No, because that is such an unexpected twist.
Was the storyline generic?
For walking into it, no, because I had zero expectations for this movie. I had the expectations that were presented to me. So seeing how
it's
this
a basic storyline though.
It is, but it's done very well.
No, I'm just saying, like it's like, oh no, it wasn't a good storyline. First of all, if it was the fucking Avengers, I'd be like, oh shit.
And that's what I feel. That's why I'm like, because like I predicted a lot of
Thanos did in 20 years.
And I predicted a lot of where the story was gonna go in certain beats, but then even when the story went there, I was like, oh no, they did a little different than I would have expected them to do it. Yeah, so I honestly want to know if you're watching this and you've seen the movie, you went to the theaters, you seen the movie, and you came out, you did not like it. Respectfully, in the comments, let me know what about the movie, and please be as specific as possible, because just saying it was generic, it was boring, the animation was bad. Yes, the animation was a little choppy at some points. I did notice that, but I mean, I kind of got over it quickly because it became stylistic to me. So. I mean, be for real. Like, specifically point out things that were bad.
Down.
I'm just saying. I'm saying.
Point out to me.
I'm just saying. I want to know. I'm very curious about this.
Bro.
I'm very curious.
Okay.
Very curious.
I'm trying to think now. Like I said, what I did appreciate too. Like I said, they did touch on a lot of stuff in this movie. They really did. Like outside of all that, if I really watched it again, I probably would pick up more stuff. But I also like how in this movie no animals were killed. I really appreciate that because we came close. But I like how they flipped that around. Like that was smart thinking. No, yeah. I'm so serious.
No, it was like that particular part was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was like really smart thinking for the writers and the creators of this. Like the way they did everything and the way they moved stuff in, it was so creative. Like I said, it's like for kids, they're not gonna catch it. Like I said, David ain't catch some stuff. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not girl. Like, no, none of that. It's not like, oh, kill this leopard or kill this hyena. Like, it's not like, it is like that. But
at its heart, it's a movie about pet adoption. So that really plays a big part into the story. And just how sometimes pets are abandoned for things that aren't their fault. and things like that. This movie did have a really emotional part with Ace and his backstory that honestly and truthfully made me tear up. Made me cry a bit. And I couldn't believe it coming from this movie. I wasn't expecting to cry, but it was a nice little moment. I loved it. I'm not afraid to say it.
One of my favorite parts was when after the owner got their pet and they did like that little backstory thing. I was like, yo, that shit was hilarious. I don't want to say who it was.
Oh no, it's out there. People already know what it is. Batman
oh my
and Ace.
God, that shit is funny.
Hilarious.
That shit is so funny.
But yeah, I mean that, like I said, we can talk all day about how great this movie was, but I do encourage you all to definitely see it for yourselves. Let me know in the comments what you think about this film. Let's see. Is there anything that you didn't like about this film? Because there's so much to like about.
Let me think.
I didn't like Cyborg's design. I'm still not getting over that one.
They could have sponged
the half fro. Like, what was that?
Nah, I'm cool with the half fro because the reason I'm cool with it is because he still wants to show the person side of him. You get what I'm saying? Like that. That's what I appreciate with him, and the fact that he, even though he's half machine, he's not trying to. Oh, I gotta have a bald head. No, I want hair, and I'm gonna grow my hair, and I grew it. The only thing I wish they would have sponged that bitch and put some twist. Ooh, that would have been cute on him. Some twist in there, some little dreads. Oh, they should have did for little boy. Well, no, they just gave him a straight afro. Damn. That's y'all could have. That was the only thing I didn't like about Cyborg, his hair.
Anything else you didn't like about the film?
Let me think. Because I was trying to think when you asked a few seconds ago, but I do wish that they would have had Superman do a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand because I think that he could have defeated the bad guy in just one fucking blow or whatever, but I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Crypto, I wish could have done a little bit more.
Right.
Like I said, I do appreciate how they move these pets with their powers, because at first I was like, man, shit, here we go with this bullshit. No, they moved them pretty quickly. So, that's just the beginning. So once they start developing, it's like, all right. So like I said, also, and then I liked how, the pets were adopted, because I almost forgot it was an adoption movie.
Mm-hmm.
You won't not the fact that it's an adoption movie, but it's a movie about, shelter pets. So I appreciate that too. Like I said, they have a lot of hidden gems in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Go in there with an open mind, go in there and just watch the movie for what it is. And like I said, I didn't know what was going on. when I saw the thing pop up and I saw decent, what's this? But that's how I like to go into movies, though, with an open mind, clear mind, see what it's about.
Yeah.
And have my interpretation. So like I said, I feel it's a good movie. I think it's a good movie. Like I said, the kids will definitely enjoy this, and you can watch with your kids, even though it is a DC movie. There is violence in the movie. We'll say that.
It's still very much aimed at kids, though. Still very much aimed at kids. It's a kids action flick.
That's what I'm saying.
It's on the scale of Spider-Verse, Like, if your kids like Spider-Verse, they'll love.
If they're dealing with DC, you got to know there's a level of violence with DC, regardless of being kids on film. Like I said, the way they did everything in there, it was just spectacular. The way everything was pretty much done. Like I said, I enjoyed it. Like I said, I feel that as a parent that I didn't see any harm.
Yeah. It was definitely a good film. I'm gonna give it 5 stars. It's on the 5-star wall for me. I really enjoyed this movie. Pleasantly surprised. I would love to see it again. Probably won't until it's on HBO Max though. I can see this becoming one of those things that when it drops on streaming,
that's always on TV.
No, not that. Like when it drops on streaming, I can see it becoming one of those things that people say, "Oh, it's such an underrated movie." I can see it becoming one.
It is underrated.
I can see it becoming one of those.
Especially if you're saying the reviews are like that, it is definitely underrated.
Yeah, I can't wait for y'all to start jock riding on this. But anyway, what would you give it?
I'm not gonna say a 5, even though it was a pretty decent movie. I give it a full 5.
For 5? Yeah. So like I said, DC League of Super Pets now playing in theaters. If you can, make sure you check it out. Really worth the watch. And that's all we got for you, man. Thank you all for tuning in and checking out our review. Remember, if you enjoyed this review, go ahead and hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for your support. And let us know in the comment section down below how you feel about this.
On Netflix. Bubble.
Yep. That's the next anime review.
Anime me.
So I'll be back. We'll both be back. So stay easy, stay breezy. Peace.